and just a really talented team. Hasn't really found that rhythm yet, but a very, very dangerous team with their best basketball ahead of them.
Mark Schmidt in his 18th season comes in with a 4-6 record, and it's Courtney Stockard who has really made this St. Bonaventure team go. They started out the year by picking up a win, and it's been a season of streaks so far for this St. Bonaventure team as they won their first game, then lost their next 4. They won 3 in a row, and they lost to number 17 Buffalo coming in. So both teams coming in riding a pretty hot hand as the Bonnies have gotten right with Courtney Stockard back in the lineup after missing the first 6 games, and they went 1-5.
Yeah, just a tremendous player, a tremendous talent, getting 17.5 points a game. If you foul him, he gets to the foul line, he's close to 90%. Just can really put the ball in the basket. But not only can he score, but you watch what they can do defensively as you look at him just attacking the rim and finishing. Just his athleticism, his length, so difficult to guard, but able to put it down, pull up, just score at every level possible. The three-point line, really not a strength, only taking 12 this year, but 59% from the field. That's him attacking and making easy baskets at the rim.
Tough player to stop indeed. On the other side, as the Bonnies are getting healthy, the Catamounts not so much on the other end. Anthony Lamb has been leading the way, and we'll get into the injuries to Ernie Duncan here in just a second, but Anthony Lamb is just a force for this Catamount team, and he's playing well all over the court on both ends.
Just really amazing what he's done here in the first 11 games of the season, averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds a game, scoring at every level, mid-range, at the rim, from behind the arc, as he's made 17 three-pointers this year. Just really, the one thing that has been great is just the way he's played within himself.
And head coach of the Catamounts, of course, is John Becker in his 8th season. 174-80 for this Catamount team, out to the best start in his era in his 8 years at 8 wins against 3 losses. Just a tremendous start for him.
It is, and you really look at what he's done. It's been a transition year with so many young players and the youth we served, and one of your leaders, Ernie Duncan, out tonight. Just another opportunity for a younger player to get more minutes, and it's just really with the schedule that they've had, just what he's been able to do has been so impressive. The way he's been able to just guide these guys to success while maintaining the high-level schedule that Vermont has to have.
And nobody likes to lose. We know that when we talk about athletics. Nobody likes to lose. But the Bucknell loss was a reset for this team, and they have come out with 5 consecutive wins now since that Bucknell loss.
And you're absolutely right. Just kind of called them out, but in the right way. Nothing like, hey, we got to get better, and we got to be better, and we're going to be fine, but we got to bring it every day. And that's a one common opponent. Vermont loses to Bucknell by 8, and St. Bonaventure's in the opening day loses to Bucknell by 3 in overtime. So we have really, really good non-conference basketball game here on Tom Brennan Court in Patrick Gym on a very, very special day for this University of Vermont program.
Jump ball at center court, and we are underway as the Catamounts win the tip and will move from left to right in their home white uniforms. Steph Smith gets the start wearing number 0. Anthony Lamb, Robin Duncan, Sam Dingba, and Everett Duncan, the other starters on the floor for the University of Vermont. That's Lamb just off the top of the arc now for Robin Duncan. Duncan drives left, works it right for Everett Duncan, through a Dingba pick, continues right, gotten the key, kicked it out for Lamb with 5 to shoot. Lamb on the deck, now Steph Smith deep, rattles in and out, no good, and the rebound taken by the Bonnies.
Good possession right there by the Catamounts. Solid defense by St. Bonaventure's. A deep 3 as the shot clock was going to expire, and the Bonnies only give the Catamounts 1 opportunity.
Stockard being guarded by Robin Duncan. Works it back out now for Jalen Poyser. Poyser now for Galakulandi. Galakulandi driving, dumped it off, but an offensive charge. Just standing his ground was Anthony Lamb, both ends of the floor.
And that's what Anthony's done. This is probably, like his 10th to 15th charge that he's picked up this year. He's, not as big as some of the, mid-major centers or power forwards, but he's just so smart. He gets to the spot, he's outside the arc, and he's willing to sacrifice his body to pick up another charge.
Duncan into the corner to his brother Duncan, rattles in and out from 3, and the rebound tipped into the hands of Courtney Stockard.
You know, Vermont likes to shoot a lot of three-pointers, shooting over 35% on the season. Two really good looks that went 3/4 of the way down, but rim back out.
Lofton on the pick and roll. Ikpeasy knocks down the jumper, and the Bonnies are on the board.
Yeah, a little mid-range pick and roll, little pop. The jumper goes down midway. The silky smooth lefty puts the first two on the board.
Lamb spins, hangs, and connects.
The vintage spin move by Anthony Lamb right there, getting in the lane. Great footwork, gets the two to go to tie it.
Lofton running the point for the Bonnies. Stockard, top of the key jumper. Galliculandi knocks it stiff.
Well, you know, the banks are open. It is the holiday season, so they're extended hours, and there's 3 more right there.
5-2, Bonnies out to an early lead. Robin Duncan, now for Lamb. Hands off for Everett Duncan, right back to Lamb, right wing. Driving baseline, jumper over 2 defenders.
That's just so pretty. That's so tough to stop. You know, you force him into the hard area on the baseline, 2 defenders right there, and that jumper is pure. That was a beautiful shot by Anthony Lamb as he cuts the lead to 1.
And for those that think the mid-range jumper in hoops is dead, Anthony Lamb is here to tell you otherwise. Galliculandi nearly lost the handle.
Must be watching some Scottie Pippen video.
Flip back out for Jalen Poyser with 7 to shoot. Poyser hangs, throws up a wild one, and rattles it home.
But, you know, what can you do? You know, the last 2 possessions by Vermont, St. Bonaventure's just made plays.
In the corner, long jumper, Steph Smith got wiped out, no whistle, out of bounds off of the Bonnies, and Smith is slow to get up.
It took a hit on the contested 3 from the corner, and just really off the rim, tipped out of bounds. Vermont gets the ball out of bounds underneath.
Flipped into Sam Dingba, top of the key. Hands off back for Robin Duncan. 3 minutes deep into this contest, 7-4 Bonnies in the lead. Anthony Lamb, jab step, kicks for Duncan, and now Robin Duncan. Right corner with 13 to shoot. Gets a ball screen, drives left into the key, kicks out for Smith. Smith got to the baseline, got trapped, and works it back out for Robin Duncan, and a whistle. And the foul's going to be on Stockard.
Right there for Vermont, you can see St. Bonaventure's really pushing out on the 3-point line, so Vermont having to adjust even late in the shot clock. Robin Duncan putting the ball down, drawing that foul on Stockard.
Shot clock resets to 20 on the foul. Duncan, now for Anthony Lamb. Steph Smith through the ball screen, cut off. Still continues to drive, had it knocked away from behind, and is picked off by Kyle Lofton, who got an original hand on it, and he will be rejected from behind, but a foul on the play. As Sam Dingba getting back.
Yeah, Sam Dingba hustling back right there, going after Lofton as he went coast to coast, trying to put it down, but Sammy saying, no, I'm going to challenge. A lot of body up, or a lot of ball up top, but you saw the bodies below at the hip area. Easy call right there. That will send Lofton to the line for 2, where he's 28 of 33 on the year, 85%.
Lofton's first is in the air, and it's good. Isaiah Mall checks in. Sam Dingba checks out.
And Isaiah Mall just, again, sometimes a nightmare matchup with his skills and ability to score the basketball and just really take the ball off the dribble and attack the rim, where he had some success on Sunday against Northeastern.
Second free throw is good. 2 for 2 trip puts the Bonnies up by 5. Oshunii checking in for the Bonnies. Steph Smith drives left into lane, stopped. In trouble now, flips it back out for Lamb, and the Catamounts reset the offense. Robin Duncan flips it for a dribble drive by Mall, had it stripped away. Right into the hands of Poyser. Poyser, right side jumper, Stockard for 3. And a timeout taken by the Catamounts.
And that's Stockard in transition, getting the ball at the three-point line, knocking it down. But one of the things St. Bonaventure does really well is off the dribble help, whacking the ball away, which led to that jumper and a 12-4 lead when we come back.
Hey, I lost my debit card. Do you guys do instant replacement? What just happened?
Check your wallet.
No. No way. Your debit card should arrive in 7 to 10 business days.
It's time to bank human again. Get debit cards on the spot and deposit checks right from your phone. At TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you rent or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day.
Get 0% for 60 months on new cat equipment. Call or visit a Milton Cat location.
Hot shooting would be an understatement to start this one, Bernie Saplicki.
No question, St. Bonaventure's right there as Stockard hits his triple. They have 5 guys who have scored. Everyone is 1 for 1. They are 4 for 4 from the field and 2 for 2 from the foul line. A perfect 4 minutes and 6 seconds and a 12-4 lead. And even a little extended hours, hitting one off the window and bringing some snow with that big teardrop as well.
They're 100% from the floor, and they probably should have 2 misses somewhere mixed in there, but they don't have them yet, and it's 12-4. And the Catamounts off the timeout get back to business with Isaiah Mull. Mull spinning, had it stripped away. Stockard stepped in front and stole it. One man back to beat. In the lane, off the window, and good, they can't miss.
Great defense, leading to transition. Stockard with the left hand off the window and a 10-point lead.
Steph Smith for the Catamounts running the point. Finds Anthony Lamb, top of the key. Lamb driving, jump step to the rim, gets it to go, strong.
Anthony Lamb off the bounce, getting to the rim and finishing. He has all 6, and you just kind of feel, you know, for Vermont, not a lot of energy, kind of on their heels right now as, you know, St. Bonaventure's 5 for 5, just really kind of taking it to them and taking the crowd out of the game so far.
5 minutes deep, 14-6, Bonnie's in the lead, and an illegal screen going to be called here on Chef Galakulandi.
Yeah, that's going to be his second right there, a point of emphasis this season on the handoff. But again, Anthony Lamb just crossing over, attacking, and finishing strong at the rim.
He's got the great pull-up move, and then he's always able to absorb contact as he gets to the rim. It's a dangerous combination for defenders because you don't know what he's going to do.
It is, and that's what makes him so difficult to stop, because he has the ability to step out and knock down the long-range jumper as well.
Ben Shungu, Vermont product. Going to be a charge.
It's kind of funny. Everybody looked at each other, and then the second whistle came in and a charge, and I have to agree with that call.
Yeah, thought Ben ducked the shoulder. Really going to look at it here.
Yeah. First personal, second team foul. Yep, that's a charge.
Remains 14-6.
Now Vermont just has to get a stop. I mean, St. Bonaventure's hasn't missed a shot yet.
Oshiniyi hands it back off for Lofton, top of the key. Stockard, and he's going to get an offensive charge.
Again, good defense, getting in front, moving your feet. You see in that Stockard second foul, that's a big one right there, as St. Bonaventure's has 14 fouls. You see, anytime you extend the arm like that, and that was right in front of the official, that's an easy call.
So Stockard remains in the game with those 2 fouls. As Isaiah Mull flips it for Anthony Lamb. Steph Smith back for Mull, driving right, had it stripped away once again. Catamounts are running into some double teams here as the bodies are collapsing.
But that's what St. Bonaventure does. They are so good to help off the bounce, and they just rip that ball. That's the 3rd time, I believe, here that they've done that.
Skip past Stockard near side for 3. No good, and the bodies have finally missed.
Yeah, finally missed, and Coach Schmidt leaving Stockard in with the 2 fouls.
Steph Smith hangs and bangs.
That's what he does very well. You know, a very, very good athlete. His ability to get out in the open floor and finish at the cup makes it a 14-8 game.
Kyle Lofton. Right side now for Poyser. And now into the low block. Turning Moreau on the kick out jumper. Short, no good. Rebound toward the Catamount bench. And into the Catamount bench. They'll say it's off of a Bonnie's player, and the Cats will get the ball back.
Good hustle right there, spilling into the Catamount bench. But again, Steph Smith, change of speed, change of direction. Off the window for 2.
Great concentration by Steph Smith. Bonnies have been very aggressive on defense, especially on dribble drives by the Catamounts. Shungu driving, lost the handle, traveled.
But again, he tries to attack the lane. The weak side, the off guard helps. He comes in, and again, it just forces the turnover. They're just so quick and explosive at going in and trying to rip the ball away from the ball handler. I gotta believe that is, I think, the 4th turnover for Vermont, the 5th turnover now in 7 minutes.
Poyser now for Moreau. Lofton gets a ball screen, backs off. Inside now for Oshini. Oshini with a reverse layup that's no good. Now the Bonnies have missed 3 in a row.
Yeah, point blank look, nice move coming up on the other side. Couldn't get it to go.
Lamb with a long 3, that won't connect. Rebound reeled in by Moreau.
In transition, Lamb loves to trail into it. Couldn't get it to go. Another charge taken by Anthony Lamb.
Got into position and did not flinch until contact. That is not easy to do.
No, but that's just, you know, almost being one step ahead of everybody, recognizing it, getting back in transition first off, recognizing the speed of the dribbler, being outside the arc and sacrificing your body. That's total team concept right there.
Robin Duncan checks back in for the Catamounts. Steph Smith. Step back jumper for 3. That's no good. Rebound reeled in once again by Moreau. Quickly in transition, the Bonnies. On the hustle, Poyser into the lane, floats one home.
That's a pretty move right there. The crossover, getting into the lane, finishing, just and doubling up the Catamounts.
Under 12 to play, 16-8. Bonnies in the lead. Steph Smith lobs it back for Lamb, and it's broken up with a nice play by Oshini. Caputo. Moreau floats one to no one in particular. Ben Shungu's tripped up on the play. And that'll be a second foul. Coming up on Jalen Poyser is Shungu slow to get up. Bonnies and Catamounts off to a rollicking start here at Patrick Gymnasium. Bonnies doubling up the Cats 16-8.
Respect is hard work. Respect is dedication.
Respect is earned on the court or on the field.
Respect doesn't judge based on sexual orientation or gender identity.
Respect is being the first conference to partner with the You Can Play project.
And the first conference in the LGBT Sports Safe Founders Club.
Respect coaches, players, and the game.
Respect similarities.
Respect differences.
Spread respect.
Spread respect.
Spread respect.
There's just something about Vermont. It's more than green mountains and maple syrup. It's about the people. It's what makes us strong. No other company has symbolized Vermont's strength and independence more than Vermont Mutual. The only place to purchase Vermont Mutual policies is through local independent insurance agents. Vermont Mutual is the oldest insurance company in our state and also one of the highest rated in the nation. For your home, auto, and business insurance, visit Vermont Mutual online to find a local agent near you.
Chris Terreri. I think he made 60 saves against Boston College.
Maine winning in overtime, triple OT against UMass. I'll always remember Kevin Waugh picking up the Hockey East trophy and hoisting it.
Who will make history this year at the 35th Hockey East Championship? Get your tickets at the TD Garden box office or Ticketmaster.com.
That weekend here in March, playing down here at the Garden, those games are always a fan's dream.
Of course, it's been big for the Bonnies to get Courtney Stockard back in the lineup, and for the Catamounts on the other end, injuries starting to connect with them as Ernie Duncan, you see they're going down, and Ernie Duncan out tonight, questionable for their next game as well with a lower body injury, and really calls into question who is going to be that third Catamount to step up and be that third scorer behind Lamb and Smith.
Yeah, and that is the big question right now. Ernie, just such a value for not only offensively, but what he does defensively, normally guarding the best perimeter player on the opposing team. But, you lose 15 points a game, and, you hope he comes back. And, again, who's the next man up for the Catamounts?
Anthony Lamb turns to face, elbow jumper, and that will get out after nearly getting in. Tough break for the Cats as they can't get one to fall off of the immediate timeout. In the lane. Lofton to the window.
Yeah, nice move by Lofton, getting into the lane, up off the rim. 10-point lead for the Bonnies.
Duncan shaking, spinning, and kicking for Lamb. Lamb hesitates, dribbled right into double coverage, and bounces it back out for Robin Duncan. Decides to go baseline, right to the rack.
And that's what Vermont's going to have to do. Attack from the wings along the baseline or run a few more sets to get to the rim, because the defense on the perimeter has been very good by the Bonnies so far.
Lofton leaning, got blocked by Bailey Patella, who's into the game for the Cats, and the Cats have a chance to cut into this Bonnie lead a little more. Everett Duncan, back for Lamb, left wing. Lamb a couple of jab steps, skip past near side, Patella, fake the shot, now Ernie Duncan for three from the corner, and that's no good.
Vermont 0 for 6 from behind the arc right now.
Caputo now down low for Moreau. Moreau threw it back out for Caputo, nearly lost the handle, and Robin Duncan a little too aggressive trying to get on that ball that was loose briefly. Ended up committing a foul.
Yeah, just right there, a little hand check foul. Pretty easy one right there with the arms extended. Love the ball pressure, but just too much.
It's one of those instinct things for Robin Duncan there. You see the ball loose for a second, and you try to attack it, end up making too much contact with the player. Anthony Lamb will get a breather here with 10-12 left to play in the first. Sam Dingba checking back in. Kenny Lofton, or Kyle Lofton.
Yeah, there's number one.
Nearly fumbled that one back court. We set the over-under at 2.5, by the way.
Yes.
Lofton with it. Dribble drives to the left, skips it out. Ikpeasy's jumper no good. Patella with the rebound, and he's on the run. Patella kicks back for Robin Duncan, right back Bailey Patella. Jump stop in the lane with the left. Leaner won't go. Dingba can't swat the rebound. And Ikpeasy's able to grab it up and hand it off for Nelson Caputo.
Good move right there. Got to the rim, just couldn't get it to go.
8-point lead for the Bonnies. Chant of defense from this big Patrick crowd who's had a lot to cheer about even before the ball got in the air tonight. Lofton. And then a push from behind is Dingba.
And battling for position underneath, trying to get the Ikpeasy off the block, and just a little too much, and that's his second.
Isaiah Mall checks in for Everett Duncan. 20 on the shot clock as the lob goes into Ikpeasy. Moreau, and now right side for Lofton. Skip pass, Moreau takes and travel.
Right there out of the double team, the skip. A little too slow on the move. Just picked up that pivot foot. Turnover for the Bonnies. They're 6th on the evening. Both teams with 6 now.
$9:10 left to play in the first half. 18-10, Bonnies in the lead. They started out making all of their shots before missing 3 in a row. Shungu now for Mall. Hands off for Patella. Patella driving baseline, hesitates on the skip, quick ball movement, Shungu for three. In and out, no good. Rebound, picked up by the Bonnies. Bonnies are forcing the Catamounts into one-and-done situations. Stockard, jumper, no good, short, Dingba with a rebound.
Then 1 and out for both teams.
Robin Duncan running into the lane, but he was fouled prior to getting the shot. It's going to be on Kyle Lofton.
And that's Robin Duncan, his ability to change pace and direction with the basketball, just such an advantage. And he'll go to the line for 1 and 1.
8:37 left, and the Catamounts are in the bonus. This is an area where they can chip away a little bit against this aggressive defense if they continue to be aggressive.
And Vermont is 75% free throw shooting team. As that first one is pure by Robin Duncan. And, you know, normally kind of like a rule of thumb, if you're not shooting the ball well from behind the arc, which Vermont is not, 0 for 7, you normally make your free throws. And we'll see if that can hold true with the second one here for Robin.
14 out of 18 now from the line for Robin Duncan. Front end earns the back end of the 1 and 1. Chance to cut it back down to 6. Duncan's second is good. 2 for 2 trip, 6-point game with 8:35 left to play in the first half. Lofton.
Vermont just really kind of just good pace, patience, just grinding it out, and that's why it's back down to 6.
Ball fake and drive by Poyser, can't get it to go. Stockard hammered it off the backboard, got his own rebound back, volleyball style, and then got fouled.
And Stockard playing with 2 fouls, just being really aggressive right there. Coach Schmidt trusting him to not pick up that third, and just really paying off right there as Rob Petty picks up his first.
Free throw is good by Stockard.
Again, close to now 90%, 18 for 20 on the season. That's it's pretty good.
And the way he plays, I didn't realize he's only played 6 games. You'd think he'd have more free throws than that, just the way that he gets to the rim and is able to dribble drive. But he's also so good at pulling up and not running into contact.
Right, and just, you know, can finish. So just a gifted scorer.
On the skip pass, Maul hands it back off for Robin Duncan. Duncan hesitates, dribbles to the right side, and then ran over Nelson Caputo, sort of.
That's good defense right there, drawing that charge. St. Bonaventure's ball when we come back, up 7.
That experience in Charlotte was amazing. It really was. Beyond the expectations of the world. It was dazzling. So much so that we all said the next morning, did that really happen? So it was a fun experience, great pride for our students, combination of academics and athletics. And quite frankly, I think the best of the American East, the whole brand is about the combination of athletics and academics.
Hey, I lost my debit card. Do you guys do instant replacement? What just happened?
Check your wallet.
No. No way. Your debit card should arrive in 7 to 10 business days.
It's time to bank human again. Get debit cards on the spot and deposit checks right from your phone. At TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you rent or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day.
Get 0% for 60 months on new cat equipment. Call or visit a Milton Cat location.
If you've lived in and around Vermont for any amount of time, you know the Tarrant name, especially if you're into athletics, and you will forever know the Tarrant name from here on forward, because the new events center here is set to open in 2021 on the campus of the University of Vermont will be known as the Tarrant Events Center. We get a look at Rich Tarrant there, whose efforts and philanthropy have helped the Catamounts cement this offering in time forever. And it's just a great ceremony, great to be part of the history here today.
It is, and it's just so special. And, you know, Mr. Tarrant is just one of the best human beings that, you know, if you ever have the opportunity to meet just someone who really gets it and wants to take care of people who have taken care of him. And he took great care of the University of Vermont today, and something as an alum you can just be so thankful for.
First Vermont collegiate basketball player ever to reach 1,500 points as another offensive foul is called on a moving pick on St. Bonaventure's as Peasy picks it up. He's also the first Vermont collegian selected in the NBA draft by the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, just again a tremendous player at St. Michael's, and you know, again, for as good as he was as a player, what he's done is just a better person as Vermont throws it away for the 8th time here in the first 12 and change, and hence why the struggles offensively. 0 for 7, only 12 points. Catamounts got to find another level of confidence on the offensive end.
Stockard fouled by Anthony Lamb, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Good move right there by Stockard, getting into the lane, drawing a little bit of contact, and getting the foul on Lamb.
Stockard to the line, as we mentioned, around about 90% from the stripe. Misses the first.
That's his second one, as he missed the second of 2 last time he got to the line.
Ball checks in for Petey.
And you know, now if you're Vermont, where's this offense going to come from? You know, is the question. Lamb has 6. Robin Duncan has 4, and Steph Smith has 2. You know, you really got to figure out, you know, how are you going to get to the rim? How are you going to get open 3-point shots? See what happens here.
Stockard to the bench after the free throw. Lamb drives and spins, hangs, jumper, short, attacks and grabs his own rebound, powers to the rim and gets it to go.
That's just determination right there by Anthony Lamb. Could have been a travel on that initial spin. Shot was a little short, stayed right with it, energizing the Catamounts, who need a stop right here as the lead is cut to 6.
Moreau in the corner, driving baseline, tried to come back out in front. Lamb said no. Right into the hands of Isaiah Mullen. The Catamounts back on offense and back on the attack. A little bit of contact, gets a rise out of the Patrick crowd. They have been into this game since the get-go. Steph Smith hesitates, kicks, Mull, 3. In and out, no good. Rebound by the Bonnies. Nobody's getting second chance points in this game.
No, not at all. And Vermont now 0 of 8 from behind the arc.
Moreau in a 6-point game. His team with the lead and 12 to shoot. Lofton for Caputo. Caputo left-handed floater in and out, no good. Rebounded by Mull.
You know, Vermont struggling to score in the half court off these misses. You got to look to try to get something in transition, but St. Bonaventure does a really nice job in getting back to force Vermont into their secondary offense.
Just off the block, turnaround jumper by Lamb. Too strong, no good, out of bounds off of the Bonnies. Cats will keep it. 5:55 to play. Get another look at Lamb in the lane.
Again, just determination, will, using that backboard. Staying with it, you know, again, doesn't travel right there as he's getting tripped up. Just great footwork. And Vermont with 13 on the shot clock.
Cats
turns it over.
Inbound it, taken over by Gallicolandi. Gallicolandi jumps to pass back to Caputo. One move by Caputo, step back 3 ball. No good. Cats now in transition. Shungu for Smith and 3. In and out, no good. Cats cannot connect from beyond the arc. Fighting for the rebound, though. Bonnie's finally able to pick up the loose ball.
Yeah, the game of pinball right there, won by St. Bonaventure's, as that ball was coming off the rim and ricocheting all over.
Jumper by Lofton from the free throw line is good.
That's a nice play by Lofton. The pressure by Steph Smith at half court was able to break him down, get into the lane, and hit the little mid-range jumper. He has 6.
Ball with a left-handed dribble, hands off for Shungu. Shungu driving, had it knocked out of his hands. Lamb picks up the rebound, back out by midcourt, and the Cats reset with 10 to shoot. Lamb for three. Good!
From way downtown, that could have been 4. That was a big three-pointer, the first one the Cats have made. Needed that, energized the crowd, lead cut to 5. He has 11.
Caputo. Regala Kalandi, hands off for Lofton, nearly traveled, got away with one. Jumper from 3, and the answer's no good. And Maul's got the rebound, and here come the Catamounts on the run. Everett Duncan goes right to the rim. Maul hands it off for Lamb. Ball fake, steps in, spins left to the lane, gets it to go.
Going to his right, spinning back to his left against the longer, bigger defender. To the cup, off the glass for 2. He's got 13.
13 of the Catamounts 19. Caputo hesitates, skips far side. Lofton. Galakalandi for 3. That's good.
And that'll silence the crowd. Great extra pass by the Bonnies. Reverses it, knocks down the triple.
Back to a 6-point lead for the Bonnies. Lamb looking for the answer. On the other end, yes!
Just it's really unbelievable. It is just so how good he is offensively. It's just it's so special. You know, trailing right there, knocking it down with the answer. He now has 16.
If you step to him out there, he goes right around you.
As he showed that, he scored at every level. Mid-range early, going to the rim, second chance opportunities, and trailing for 3s.
Hesitation, dribble, crazy shot, no good. Catamounts get the ball back.
Isaiah Maul done a nice job of rebounding and starting the break in transition.
Heat check, no good. Looking for 3 in a row by Anthony Lamb.
And you got to live with that. You just got to let it go. This place, we might have had to start construction on the new Terrence Center a little early because the roof might have come undone.
We've got a whistle, and I believe a shot clock situation. They'll stop the clock to reset that, and we will move into a timeout on the floor. 25-22. We got a good one here at Patrick Gym in Vermont.
That experience in Charlotte was amazing. It really was. Beyond the expectations of the world. It was dazzling. So much so that we all said the next morning, did that really happen? So it was a fun experience, great pride for our students, combination of academics and athletics. And quite frankly, I think the best of the American East, the whole brand is about the combination of athletics and academics.
Hey, I lost my debit card. Do you guys do instant replacement? What just happened?
Check your wallet.
No. No way. Your debit card should arrive in 7 to 10 business days.
It's time to bank human again. Get debit cards on the spot and deposit checks right from your phone. At TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you rent or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day.
Get 0% for 60 months on new Cat equipment. Call or visit a Milton Cat location.
Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gymnasium. Anthony Lamb all over Tom Brennan Court right now from every angle.
He is 7 of 12, from the field. The nice spin move he has, finishing with the left hand. He's got a couple of three-pointers, 16 points, 7 of 12 shooting. Just, really keeping the Catamounts within striking distance.
3-point game with just under 3 minutes left. Anthony Lamb playing part of cheerleader now. He really does do everything.
He does. You can kind of feel a little wanting some more energy as there's a big stretch for the Catamounts here in the last 3 minutes. Can they, take the lead going into the half or get it to a tie game, or does St. Bonaventure's stretch this back out to 7, 8, 9, 10 at the half?
Catamounts have not led in this game as the Bonnies' hot start let them jump out to a lead. They've been up by as many as 10, and we are now within 3. in this contest. In the lane, a lot of leaning, but a lot of traveling.
That's just really good defense by Vermont. Staying patient, Robin Duncan staying down, bodying up, keeping his hands up, forcing that turnover.
None of the Catamounts in the key leaned into Stockard, and he didn't get the contact he was looking for, which caused him to slide the foot. Duncan off a screen, got to the side of the rim, but just could not complete.
And that's going to be the question. Where are the other points going to come from? Robin Duncan has 4, Steph Smith has 2, and that's it.
Lofton with a running one-hander.
Just, again, getting into the lane. Being patient, staying strong with the basketball. The beautiful finger roll off the glass for 2. He has 8.
Everett Duncan tried to go baseline, got cut off, flips it back out to his brother Robin, drives left now for Ben Shungu. Shungu looking for a ball screen from Dingba. Dingba flashes to the basket, caught the ball, rolled it up to the rim, but couldn't get it to fall over the edge. And now Robin Duncan steps in and steals one. Bounce pass for Dingba, and he is rejected down low as he went up strong for a dunk. Pig pile for the basketball and a held possession, and the Bonnies have the arrow.
A lot of booing right there, but that looked like a pretty good defensive play right there. You know, just a great steal by Robin Duncan. Comes in to dump it off. But as soon as he just said, no thanks, my rim to protect.
And he got over in one hard step. Got the basketball first. The body finishes through, but he hit the ball first.
Right, but that was the thing. The ball was gone, and the follow through was after. Do you want to call a foul after? You know, like, okay, after the block was committed, there was contact, sure, but that's not the right call.
Final 100 ticks on the clock here in the first half, with Lofton running the point for the Bonnies. 5-point lead for St. Bonaventure. Poyser, left side Lofton, inside for Oshini. Oshini skips it back out for Lofton. Shungu tried to take the dive, no sell, long 3, no good. Rebounded inside by Stockard, he missed the putback.
Yeah, that's Stockard getting on the inside of Robin Duncan. You know, he was opposite, worked for position. When the ball is on the left side, if you're going to miss, it's going to come off, you know, more often than not. Opposite on that right side, that's where he was. He was able to get that rebound and get the foul.
Stockard's 3rd offensive rebound in this game. They only have 1 second chance point. It was on his free throw after he was fouled going up for an offensive rebound. So the second time he has picked up a point off of a second chance attempt as he knocks down the first free throw. There have been now just 4 total second chance points in this first half, 2 apiece. Well, 5 now, 3 and 2.
You sure?
Yes. I math.
Right now, again, a couple of big possessions here for Vermont. They will get the possession arrow to start the second half. So technically, you could get 3 out of the next 4 possessions to go on a little bit of a mini run with the time and the score and the shot clock.
Robin Duncan with it as Mull cuts through. Just off the free throw line, Lamb right back to Duncan, right back to Lamb with 1 minute to play. Lamb a couple of jab steps. Back out Shungu driving left, took some contact, couldn't get it to go. Robin Duncan's got the rebound, 3 to shoot, crazy 3-pointers, no good, and a shot clock violation by the Catamounts.
Yeah, you know, decent recognition, but again, in the half court, St. Bonaventure's has just been tenacious. Just really, you know, other than Anthony Lamb having, you know, his way on a couple of occasions, you know, in a couple of spurts, nothing has been easy for the Catamounts in terms of scoring.
Catamounts moved the ball in that last possession back and forth, but no bodies seemed to be moving through anywhere during the course of that last possession. Cats trail by 7 in this contest, and they've made
9 field goals. They don't have an assist.
Right.
And that's, you know, again, that's good defense. Now, have they had opportunities to score? You know, alpha dribble drives and in transition, shots that haven't gone down, yes. But if they go this whole first half potentially without an assist, that's not good.
And unlike them.
Yes.
47.9 to play here in the first half. It is a 7-point game. Bonnies in the lead. Lofton on the handoff, Poyser. And now another moving screen on a ball handoff. And for Poyser,
that's his third.
His third.
That's a big one right there, and that's not a shooting foul because it's an offensive.
Catamounts are into the bonus with about 8 minutes left to play in this half, and they were not able to get to the free throw line much after that. Bonnies have played aggressive, but they have stayed away from fouling here late in the half. Smith inside, Mull running to the lane, and a block. Secondary defender in the circle.
Great cut by Mull, getting there, going up. Maybe a little late, more so than not outside the circle. Great find by Steph Smith. No, his left foot was in
the arc.
In the arc.
Yep.
So that'll send Mull to the foul line.
Isaiah Mull for 2. First rattles in and out, no good.
Summarizing the first half for the Catamounts from the field, as the ball just not going in right now. But the good thing about it is you get to regroup. You know, got to make this one and then get one stop because you'll get the ball first.
0 for 2 from the free throw line for Mull. Catamounts still remain behind by 7. Shot clock unplugged, final 15 seconds of this first half. Bonnies with the basketball and a chance to go up by 9 or 10. Their biggest lead has been 10 in this game. Stockard driving left, step back, long jumper for 2.
That's just pretty right there. That was a really good defense by Isaiah Mull, but that's just a better play by Stockard. He has 11, and St. Bonaventure goes up 9.
Catamounts trying to find some secondary offense. It's been all Anthony Lamb here in the first half for the Cats, as St. Bonaventure's got off to a hot shooting start in this one, as they take a 31-22 lead here at the break in Burlington. Well.
All right, stay with us here at halftime. We have a lot of fun events. And again, want to thank our dance team. We've got about half our team here today. We want to thank them for staying with us. So sit back, relax, prepare to be entertained and dazzled. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only. It's the University of Vermont dance team.
It's not a lot of ball movement. It's a lot of standing around.
Yeah, and you know, when they put the ball down, it's been taken away a few times.
Yes. There's no post up. I feel like if they could get someone in a little block, they may be able to.
But where's your matchup going to be? You know, these guys are bigger and longer, so you got to try to take them off the bounce. Like,
I like what they did by getting it kind of to the mid block, almost like what you do against a zone where you come off the block a little bit on the baseline, like. Well, because they can't generate anything from on the top driving that way. It almost seems like they need to work from the bottom out.
Yeah. Yeah, I will agree with that.
I just don't. You're right. I don't know how to facilitate that with the matchups down low.
Right.
Get Stockard out of there with a 4th foul.
That'd be. He's
only got 2.
I mean, they got a little bit of foul trouble.
What did they start out? They started out like
4 for 4.
And then they missed 3 in a row? Or did they start out hotter? I thought they hit
I thought, oh, maybe they hit a 5th.
They were 4 for 4 at the first immediate timeout.
Yeah, but
and then 6 of 9.
Right, so did they hit a 5th and then go cool, or?
Well, either way, they went after going 4 for 4. They only went.
We're going to send it down to the floor. Mickey knows where she's going to stand.
They only went 7 of 21 after that.
Right. 33%.
Yeah, 44 for the.
Well, but the 7 of 21.
Yes, yeah. Ended up at 44. Yeah.
Thanks, Steve. We have Patrick down here for the half-court domino shot.
Now, our elite student athletes, health, wellness, and recreational users from across campus, and our loyal Catamount fans need a state-of-the-art home that matches their passion and excellence. These modern facilities will build healthy bodies and healthy minds, covering the full spectrum of recreation, wellness, and intercollegiate sports programming. Inspire young student athletes and help us recruit top talent for our Division I athletic teams. And create a friendly and welcoming environment for players, fans, and the thousands of students, faculty, and staff who will use the facilities every day. This new design provides an exciting facility solution that dramatically enhances health, wellness, recreation, campus events, and varsity athletics. It includes 96,000 square feet of dedicated student recreation space, more than 5 times what currently exists. A transformational renovation of iconic Gutterson Fieldhouse will take place that preserves the special character and energy of the Gut, but modernizes it with comfortable, chairback seating, new concessions, scoreboards, and state-of-the-art locker, training, and lounge facilities for our teams. Attached to the Gut will be a spectacular new home for our basketball programs that will also be capable of hosting a wide range of campus and community events. Connecting the two facilities will be a spacious and modern Victory Club lounge with viewing decks out to both hockey and basketball. We've been talking about building new athletic facilities for decades. Now, our student athletes, our coaches, the university administration, the campus community, and our most loyal supporters all agree that this is the right time, this is the right location, and this is the right scope and size for our new multipurpose center.
Join us. It's time.
UVM, it's time.
It's time.
It's time. It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time. It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It is time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It is time. It's our time now. Thank you.
Big crowd here on hand here tonight at Patrick Gymnasium in Tom Brennan Court. Rob Ryan, Bernie Saplik at halftime as the Catamounts here at home trailing St. Bonaventure 31-22. And Bernie really got off to a hot start for the Bonnies tonight. They just couldn't miss in the first couple of minutes.
No, just doing everything, led by Courtney Stockard. He has 11 points, 5 rebounds, a couple of steals, and an assist, doing it in transition from behind the arc and going to the rim. That gave St. Bonaventure's an early lead.
On the flip side, Anthony Lamb single-handedly really dragged the Catamounts from down 10 back into this game where they cut it to 3. Still trailing by 9 here at the break, but Anthony Lamb's been tremendous.
He has been 7 of 12 from the field, 2 of 4 from the three-point line. He's got 16, really the only thing that Vermont has been able to generate offensively.
Catamounts, as you can see, 9 of 28 from the floor, and that was after a shaky start. The Bonnies only went 7 for 21 after their 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, they got off to a blazing start, but then, only 33% the rest of the way. The thing that really sticks out to me is 20 made field goals and 3 assists. So a lot of individualized one-on-one isolation at the end of shot clock makes, and each team with 10 turnovers.
Catamounts will have to try and claw their way back into this one. It was a classic last year that ended on a pair of last-second shots, and the Catamounts and Bonnies might go down to the wire tonight. 9-point game at the break. Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gymnasium. Rob Ryan, Bernie Saplicki at halftime. St. Bonaventure, another A-10 foe for the Catamounts. 2-0 against the A-10 this year, but trailing at the break 31-22. Take a look at what else is going on around America East in college basketball tonight. Providence leading Albany 25-20 in Rhode Island early in the second half. Notre Dame up on Binghamton 35-23. And number 1 Kansas out to a 5-0 lead. And Duke
doubling up the Tigers.
49 plus 49 for 51 even.
Yeah.
There you go. Rough day for the Princeton Tigers. Catamounts with a rough first half shooting the ball. Let's see if we get hot in the second half against the Bonnies. Second half action set here at Patrick Gymnasium. Rob Ryan, Bernie Saplicki, St. Bonaventure up 31-22.
There's Coach Mark Schmidt getting his group ready for the Bonnies. Coach Schmidt getting a start also at St. Michael's College in the coaching ranks. Started there as an assistant, worked his way around, and built himself a really nice tradition at St. Bonaventure.
Another St. Mike's connection to the evening, Rich Tarrant, and a St. Mike's St. Bonaventure's. Rich Tarrant, of course, and his wife Deb contributing so much to the University of Vermont through philanthropy, and they've decided to name the new events center that's due to open in 2020 and 21 in the family's honor, the Tarrant Events Center. And he told us prior to the game during the courtside ceremony, if you missed it, he went to St. Bonaventure, was recruited, and they turned him away. So he came back to St. Mike's, wouldn't give him a scholarship, and he basically told the Catamounts, you know what you need to do prior to tonight's game. What do they need to do in the second half, Bernie?
Score some more here in the second half, as that's not a good start, as that's the 11th turnover to no assists for Vermont.
3 from the corner for the Bonnies is no good, and the rebound scooped up by Steph Smith, and the Catamounts are on the run. Cats trying to drop it back, and it's a turnover, and the other way, and all alone is Poyser, and Poyser will throw it down with a two-handed reverse dunk.
In transition, a couple of turnovers by Vermont, going up, and Poyser with the easy 2 reverse slam.
Dingba has to come back and receive the inbound from Anthony Lamb. 11-point lead, biggest of the game for the Bonnies. Not the start the Catamounts wanted here. Everett Duncan got whacked in the face and goes down hard. Referees discuss, and now we'll assess the foul. Poyser just got out in the open lane here.
Yeah, that is his third.
Foul's going to be on Chef Gallicolandi, and another Duncan is down. Catamounts already went the services of Ernie.
Yeah, it was a spin move. He went to reach as off a dribble penetration. St. Bonaventure's has been so good at swiping the ball and creating a turnover. He reaches in here and just contact to the head that they're looking at. I don't know if they're looking to see if it's flagrant or not. But that was a pretty good whack right to the head.
Don't think there's going to be anything else to this here. Referees are looking at the monitor just to our left, and they said it just like he reached out and hit him in the face. That's precisely what happened.
Yeah, just guys trying to make plays.
Gallicolandi with his third foul. He'll stay in. They are going to come back and take a look at the shot clock. It's at 29 right now. So it looks like it should be at about 20.
Right. And, for Vermont right now, it's just who's going to get it going offensively, as the defense for St. Bonaventure's has just been so good.
Shungu into the lane, kicks out Smith for 3 from the corner. Too strong, no good. Rebound, Dingba reels it in. Catamounts get a second chance here. They were limited in second chances, both teams, in the first half. Just 5 total second chance points. Anthony Lamb, jab step, driving, kicks out Smith, 3 in the corner. Cannot connect, and the Catamounts remain cold from 3.
2 of 14.
Driving, Stockard rejected with contact before the Dingba block.
Right there, Bailey Patella trying to get back with Stockard, just really was on his hip instead of beating him to the spot out in front of him. He got to the rim. Sam Dingba there to help, but Stockard will get to the line for 2.
Stockard doesn't miss much, but he's missed more than a few times tonight.
Yeah, now 4 of 7, as St. Bonaventure 6 of 9 on the evening.
Second free throw by Stockard is good. 1 out of 2 trip for him. Pushes the lead back up now to 12. Biggest lead of the game for the Bonnies as they build on that. Led by 10 in the first half. Catamounts cut it all the way down to 3. Before it ballooned to 9 at the break. Lamb for three, top of the key. Count it.
He's been the answer all night now, 3 of 5 from behind the arc. He has 19 of 25. It's just been Anthony Lamb on offense. Vermont has to dig in on defense and chip away.
Lofton flips it for Moreau. On the handoff. Inside. Haven't seen much of this tonight. Little baby hook shot is good by Ikpeasy.
Ikpeasy getting the low position as St. Bonaventure's did a nice job running that half-court set. The lefty knocking it down.
Drive, Lamb got cut off, rolled it back out for Patella. Patella threw it off of Stockard's hands as he tried to close his hands around it. Slipped right through, and they'll say the Cats will keep it with 19 to shoot.
Wow, Vermont will take that one. Is that looked like that was just air all around, but Vermont possession with 18 left.
Dingba sets a pick. Steph Smith for three, short. He'll get his own rebound though. One dribble to the lane. Layup is no good. Dingba had the rebound, but he went over the back.
You know, you can't ask for anything more. You want Steph Smith, who's your third leading scorer at 12, 12 and a half a game. He's shooting over 43%, 45 from three. You want him to take those shots. Those are good looks. They're just not going down right now, and you just got to keep going. You can't hang your head, and they're bound to go in sooner than later.
36-25, the key in the first half where the Catamounts were able to keep the game tight when they finally started knocking down shots mid-late in the half. Now down 12, they've got to do the same here. Bounce pass for Lofton to the lane, layup good.
Great execution right there. Again, Lofton the back cut, getting the layup. He has 10, lead is 13. Just found out, Everett Duncan going through the concussion protocol. Return is questionable.
Cats need a bucket. Lamb provides it.
So who do you go to? Anthony Lamb getting his season average, slightly north of it with 21, and just what more can you say? What superlatives can you say to just how good he's been offensively?
Ikpeasy, Moreau, and now Poyser. Poyser and a foul, another moving screen. And Coach Mark Schmidt not happy with Moreau.
Very animated again. Lamb 2 dribbles left, kind of gets nudged off of the straight path he's going. Still has the strength and the footwork to, kind of 1-2 elevate and get it to go.
Robin Duncan runs the point for the Catamounts. Driving right with Stockard on him. Goes to the lane. Can't get it to go. Good defense by Stockard as Duncan couldn't finish. Stockard shaking to the lane. Got tangled up with some feet. Tried to slip through one of his own players on a Catamount and lost the handle. No look pass down low. Mo layup good.
And when you're struggling in the half-court offense, getting a stop, getting in transition, great look-away pass by Robin Duncan to Isaiah Mall, who had a nice first half. He didn't score, but had 5 rebounds, running the floor, being rewarded, getting that layup. 9-point game.
Catamounts get it back to within single digits. Ikpeasy. Now for Poyser, driving baseline, kicks it out, Stockard. Yes!
Dribble penetration, kicking it out. Stockard, as the shot clock goes off, pure splash. He's got 15.
41-29, Robin Duncan. Left through the ball screen by Lamb. Lamb steps back. Bounce pass inside, and Lofton leaning a bit on Dingba and picks up a foul.
Right there for Vermont, trying to get the ball inside. Robin Duncan trying to get the Catamounts offense going with the lead pass to Isaiah Mall for the layup. Lead down to 12. Vermont ball when we come back.
Respect is hard work. Respect is dedication.
Respect is earned on the court or on the field. Respect doesn't judge based on sexual orientation or gender identity.
Respect is being the first conference to partner with the You Can Play project.
And the first conference in the LGBT Sports Safe Founders Club.
Respect coaches, players, and the game.
Respect similarities.
Respect differences.
Spread respect.
Spread respect.
Spread respect.
Food for thought.
It's more than a common phrase.
It's the intellectual nourishment that surrounds us at the University of Vermont.
Those ideas.
That atmosphere, those classes that get us up in the morning
and keep us up at night. Food for thought connects us to other hungry thinkers. Thinkers who will change your world. Like this one.
Or even this one.
All the food for thought in the world is on the menu at the University of Vermont.
Let's dig in.
I think he made 60 saves against Boston College.
Maine winning in overtime, triple OT against UMass. I'll always remember Kevin Waugh picking up the Hockey Trophy and hoisting it.
Who will make history this year at the 35th Hockey East Championship? Get your tickets at the TD Garden box office or Ticketmaster.com.
That weekend here in March, playing down here at the Garden, those games are always a fan's dream.
Back at Patrick Gymnasium, first media timeout of the second half with 15:09 left to play. St. Bonaventure is leading 41-29. Rob Ryan, Bernie Saplicki, great to be with you on this Tuesday night in Vermont. Cats offense struggling to move the ball. And their first assist of the game on that no-look pass by Robin Duncan.
Yeah, just really nothing going right now, but only 29 points in the first 25 minutes, and that no-look pass by Robin Duncan. Very important to try to get this offense going.
Lamb for three. Rattles in and out, no good. Rebounded by Bailey Patella. Cats get a second bite.
That's what he's got to do, just doing the intangible stuff, getting after that rim, seeing a lot of playing time and taking advantages. That's his third rebound with a block.
Driving Lamb with the left, high off the window, won't roll true. Bailey Patella again had the rebound, but batted it around a bit, and Stockard comes away with it for the Bonnies. Protects and gets to the rim.
That's an NBA type of move right there. Cradling that ball tight with three men on you, going to the rim and finishing. He's got 17 at his season's average.
Isaiah Mall moves it for Anthony Lamb. Now Bailey Patella on the left wing, dumps it inside to Shungu, working on Stockard, and Stockard rejects it. Playing with two fouls the second time. We've seen Robin Duncan go after Stockard on an isolation, and now they try and get Shungu down low on him, and Stockard took the risk and made the block. Did not pick up his third.
Yeah, just again, played behind, played long. Benny Shungu went up to try to get it, and Stockard said, nah, not right now.
Stockard had it blocked away, leaning on Lamb, and they're going to get him with a foul here.
That's a big one right there. That's his third. Anthony Lamb getting it done offensively right there, but look at this move, little inside out, getting by the first, second, third defender and finishing at the cup.
Stockard has been terrific, but he will find the bench with his third foul with just under 14 minutes left to play here. 43-29, they've got some cushion with Stockard on the bench. Catamounts need to get back in this one now. Lamb inside, jump stop, extends with the left and gets it to go.
That's a great repost by Anthony Lamb. He got it the first time, kicked it back out. On the entry back the second time, Isaiah Mall cut to the hoop, get the defense moving. He gets the left-handed layup to go.
Poyser got away with a travel there as he jab stepped. Lofton now with 13 to shoot for the Bonnies. Left side, Upton inside, Lamb stepped around his man, knocked it away. It's out of bounds, and they'll say it's Bonnie's ball with 7 to shoot.
Yeah, 7 to shoot right there, taking the ball out in the dead corner. And, Anthony Lamb getting around again. Entry, re-entry, jump, hot stop, step through, another left-handed finish. I appreciate his footwork so much. He's always under control.
Gallicolandi playing with 3 fouls back in the game. Lofton driving, floating, won't go, and it's a shot clock violation as that one did not draw iron, only backboard.
Yeah, nice defense there by Vermont, forcing a tough little runner by Lofton that didn't hit anything, and the Catamounts will get the ball with a chance to get it to 10 or below.
If you're just checking in, Robin Duncan is the only Duncan left for the Catamounts right now. Ernie already out pregame with a lower body injury, and during this game, Everett Duncan took a whack to the face.
He's back on the bench right now, so we'll see if he comes back in.
Drop, step, spin back inside, and a foul as Anthony Lamb. So really the first time in this game in the second half, we saw one post up by Moreau earlier for the Bonnies, and now Lamb's posted up 3 consecutive possessions, plus the Shungu post up. We're seeing more inside play here in the second half than we did all the first.
Yes, and that entry, and it's more of an entry pass than it is off the bounce to getting it into those locations. As Vermont struggled to go off the bounce into, like, some motion draw kick, having the ball swiped away. As Lamb knocks down the first, he's got 24 now, and that's what what were the adjustments that needed to be made, and that's the one. We're going to try to establish the inside game and work our way inside out.
Lamb's second makes it a 10-point game. Catch trying to claw back into this one. Down 9 at the break. Top of the key for Lofton. Driving left through a ball screen, pass down low, and a nice finish at the rim by Ikpeazy.
The finish was wonderful, but the catch was even better. In traffic, corralling that, going up with his left and finishing. The finish was great, but the catch was even better.
Double team on Lamb down low, and he got fouled.
Talk about a great catch. That's another one. I mean, you think like that looks so easy. Look at this catch right here. Guy coming right at you, another guy trailing you. You go up and you finish. And even Anthony Lamb right there, 2 guys coming right at him. And, it's just, you can't catch, you can't play. And that's why these guys are playing, because those were 2 really good catches.
12:22 left to play in the contest. Duncan inbounds, Smith off the curl for 3.
A much-needed 3 for Steph Smith right there, just to knock that down. His first one gets the lead, cut to 9.
Single digits, the Catamounts get a big 3-point bucket. They struggled with the 3 ball in the first half, and they've struggled to start here the second. Poisser nearly gave it away and did. Robin Duncan stepped in and took it away with Anthony Lamb's help. Shungu hesitates. Pulls up in front of the Catamount bench and works it back for Robin Duncan. Gets it right back and now down low for Lamb. Turns to face the bucket, now spins with his back. Gets it in the corner. Jumper, mid-range, connects.
In the mid-range game, 2 steps off the block, getting it down. Lead cut to 7, Lamb 27.
And this Patrick crowd rises to its feet and makes some noise, looking for a big defensive stop here. Kulandi, no. And the Catamounts get the stop they were looking for.
St. Bonaventure is going to get Stockard in.
Smith to the rim, good in the foul.
Hoop in the harm, in transition, gets it to go. Lead is down to 5.
A chance to cut it to 4 is with Stockard on the bench. The Catamounts have come roaring back as Steph Smith attacks the rim and has a chance to put the Catamounts to within 4.
Their intensity and drive, but also the camaraderie that I saw in that team and the way they stick with each other was incredible.
#1 in the nation and is pursuing the national championship.
Because of their ability to elevate the school as a whole, I wanted to reach out and honor them. And the crowd really erupted in applause when we talked about them, because what they've done, and again, not just this year, but 3 years previously for the seniors as well, has been extraordinary for the university.
Hey, I lost my debit card. Do you guys do instant replacement? What just happened?
Check your wallet.
No. No way. Your debit card should arrive in 7 to 10 business days.
It's time to bank human again. Get debit cards on the spot and deposit checks right from your phone. At TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you rent or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Get 0% for 60 months on new Cat equipment. Call or visit a Milton Cat location.
Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gymnasium. Rob Ryan, Bernie Suplicki, and we have got a good one cooking here. 45-40, and a chance to cut that even a little closer with a three-point play opportunity as Steph Smith attacking the rim in transition. As the Catamounts found themselves down by 14 in this second half, and now they have a chance to get within 4.
Yeah, just being aggressive, attacking the rim, getting out in transition while still applying good pressure defensively and really finding their way. Steph Smith especially hit that one corner three that got him off, off the mark. He has 8, but it's been Vermont's defense which allows them to get back into the game. But also this man Stockard not being on the floor as well.
Stockard for 3, left alone, and he connects.
That's 30 for Courtney Stockard.
He's got 23 of 4. Checks back in with the 3 fouls. You go in double team. Why you're going to leave him? Don't know.
Dingba dashed down to the block to double team in the low block and just didn't get a piece of the ball in the kick out, and Stockard made him pay. Dingba misses the dunk. Catamounts get the rebound though, and a fresh 30. Steph Smith.
Steph Smith making a play. Dingba not able to get it, but Smith hustling down that offensive rebounds. Vermont's had like 3 or 4 hustle plays like that.
Backdoor cut, Shungu hands off for Dingba, and he misses again. A pair of dunks that don't go down for Sam Dingba. Ball fake. Lofton. Stockard. Cannot make him pay. Catamounts collect the rebound. Lamb thought about it.
I don't even know. I don't know if I can recall seeing a couple of misses like that in a row. Just a tough break for Sam Dingba, who's been playing very well this season for Vermont.
Running one-hander by Robin Duncan. He ran over Stockard, who stood in there and laid in for the charge.
Yeah, he was there way before. Good rotation, easy call right there. But, for Vermont, getting chances and just not able to capitalize, as that's Robin Duncan's 3rd foul.
Ben Shungu checks out for the Catamounts. Back to a 7-point lead and a chance to extend it to 9 for the Bonnies. Lofton for Stockard. Stockard jumper blocked by Lamb. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and the Catamounts will get it.
Good defense by Lamb right there, stepping up, anticipating the mid-range jumper, blocking that. Vermont with the ball, with a chance again to chip away.
The Catamounts were in a good spot just a couple of possessions ago because Lamb was matched up against Stockard, and Stockard did a great job of backing off in the lane and stopping Lamb without fouling. Again, Stockard's got 3. Patella back out for Duncan. Duncan slipped, skips it into the corner. Jumper near side, connects!
And that's Steph Smith. That's 9 in a row for him. He's got 11, lead cut down to 4.
Steph Smith's been a catalyst. We were asking who's that secondary scorer behind Lamb is going to be, and it has now been Smith, and running reckless. Stockard gives it away. Catamounts in transition. Lamb gave it away, nearly did. Duncan right there, lays it up and in. 2-point game.
Really good defense by Isaiah Mall right there, stopping Stockard. Lamb getting the rebound. The popcorn pass to Robin Duncan, who catches it, finishes it with the left. He's got 6, and the lead is down to 2.
And it is a full-on standing ovation for the Catamounts here at Patrick, as this crowd is big and they are into it. Another defensive stop here, and you'll see some noise. Bonnie's trying to silence it. Poisser, bad shot. Catamounts get the rebound, and they're on the run. Duncan into the corner. Steph Smith.
Unbelievable. Timeout. St. Bonaventure's great defense. Little cramp right there, hopefully. Nothing more than that, but this place erupts as Steph Smith little 12 points in a row, gives Vermont the lead by 1.
Catamounts have come roaring back from 14 down to take a 1-point lead with Steph Smith's big triple from the corner.
Their intensity and drive, but also the camaraderie that I saw on that team and the way they stick with each other was incredible.
#1 in the nation and is pursuing the national championship.
Because of their ability to elevate the school as a whole, I wanted to reach out and honor them. And the crowd really erupted in applause when we talked about them, because what they've done, and again, not just this year, but 3 years previously for those seniors as well, has been extraordinary for the university.
Hey, I lost my debit card. Do you guys do instant replacement? What just happened?
Check your wallet.
No. No way. Your debit card should arrive in 7 to 10 business days.
It's time to bank human again. Get debit cards on the spot and deposit checks right from your phone. At TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you rent or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day.
Get 0% for 60 months on new cat equipment. Call or visit a Milton Cat location.
Smith has taken over here at Patrick Gymnasium. The first triple pulled the Catamounts a little closer, and the second one put him ahead. Cats by 1 behind Steph Smith, who has just gone off.
He really has, stepped up, really struggled early, and now with 14, he and Anthony Lamb with 41 of the 49 points, but his spark 12 of the last 14 points for Vermont, and just like that, Vermont has a 1-point lead.
Lofton across midcourt is through the timeout taken by St. Bonaventure. The Catamount crowd stays in it with a chant of defense. Step back, Lofton left wide open, and he knocks down a triple.
Yeah, just a great set run by Mark Schmidt coming out of the timeout. It's the second time in a row he's been able to silence the crowd as Lofton, wide open, knocks down a triple.
Last year's game between these two teams came down to the final 5.9 seconds. Catamounts took a lead with that much time, and it was erased. Isaiah Mull for 3. Rattles in and out, no good. Bailey Patella with an offensive rebound.
Another one for Bailey Patella.
Lamb for 3.
Speaking of another one, he knocks it down. He's got 30. They answer the call again. It's just how they do this. They just hang around and hang around, grind it out defensively. But can St. Bonaventure respond one more time?
Gallicolandi. Hands off for Lofton, who hit the big 3 off of the timeout. Stockard was fouled by Patella.
Right there, just trying to get into the lane. Patella just couldn't get ahead of him far enough, but teams trading blows, going back and forth. Three-pointer to three-pointer. Anthony Lamb with the last one. Now he's got 30. Vermont up 1 when we return.
Hey, I lost my debit card. Do you guys do instant replacement? What just happened?
Check your wallet.
No. No way. Your debit card should arrive in 7 to 10 business days.
It's time to bank human again. Get debit cards on the spot and deposit checks right from your phone. At TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you rent or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day.
Get 0% for 60 months on new cat equipment. Call or visit a Milton Cat location.
Back at Patrick Gymnasium, that's the latest of the big shots in a game that has seen more than a few big shots in this one. Catamounts trailing by 14 earlier on. They've come roaring back to take a 1-point lead, 52-51 against St. Bonaventure, and they've done it with a combination not just of skill and scoring, but also some blood and guts from Bailey Patel, who's come in and really energized the game.
He has 15 minutes off the bench. He's got 5 rebounds, 2 of them offensive, a block, and really now getting a well-deserved breather as he was chasing around Stockard, and that assignment goes over to Ben Shungu now.
Lofton trying to shake Robin Duncan, ran into the lane and ran into a double team. Stockard with 5 to shoot. Shungu on him. Stockard fires and misses everything. Rebounded down low for a layup, no good. Shot clock violation, second one of the game on the Bonnies, and the Catamounts turn them over again.
You talk about this Vermont team and how they've kind of grinded their way back with some quality second chance opportunities and clutch three-point shooting by Anthony Lamb and Steph Smith. One of the things that has remained constant is their defense and their rebounding, as they are now out-rebounding St. Bonaventure's by 4, forcing another shot clock violation, and that's just effort. And
whistle.
Is that on Stockard?
We'll see. It is.
That's his 4th, and Vermont in the bonus, so go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Catamounts do not take advantage of the bonus in the first half. In 8:23, they were able to get into the bonus with a 7th foul on the Bonnies, and they really didn't take advantage by getting to the line toward the tail end of that second half. And now with 6:18 left, 1-and-1 for Anthony Lamb.
Yeah, and you're going to send a gentleman who is 2 of 2 from the line and shooting 78% on the season there as he knocks down another one.
First earns the second on the 1-and-1. Catamounts now lead by 2. Second free throw clangs too hard, no good. Rebounded down low and taken away by the Catamounts, and they'll say it was off of Shungu. Shungu played that off the body of a Bonnie player, but I think Ben was standing out of bounds when it rebounded into him. So the Catamounts almost got an offensive rebound off a missed free throw.
Yeah, just unlucky 50-50 call going the Bonnie's way. Can they take advantage and tie or take the lead?
Stockard, 3 ball. No. Misses. Long rebound taken by Steph Smith. And the Catamounts are on the move. Smith pulls up, mid-block. Lamb, deep. 3, short, no good. Rebound chased down by Robin Duncan. And the Catamount effort right now is at 100%.
Just, again, another second chance opportunity. Long rebound, long shot, long rebound into the corner goes to Robin Duncan. And that's his 3rd rebound with 6 points, 4 assists, and a couple of steals. So he's doing a little bit of everything here.
Duncan looking to go baseline, pulls up. Lamb, another 3 ball. This one's short once again. Long rebound picked up by the Catamounts. Lamb steps and hammers one down with a 2-handed dunk. Anthony Lamb, have mercy.
If at first you don't succeed from 3, go to the rim and rock it. Anthony Lamb with 33.
There were some times in this game, Bernie, where this Catamount team could have just folded up, down 14 in the second half, as Lofton cracked it to the rim, and a quick whistle and a timeout.
And Coach Mark Schmidt livid at the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th chance opportunities for the Catamounts right there. Lamb missing another 3, no block out, chases it down, attacks, and with thunder going to the rim. And just, but St. Bonaventure's off of that with a good answer by Kyle Lofton. He has 15, and we got ourselves a under 5 minutes and 2-point ball game.
As I mentioned, the Catamounts down 14 in the second half. They couldn't get anything to fall from 3. They were having some issues with penetration and getting into the lane, and they've really figured some things out, obviously, here in the second half. But for a team that was down 14, they could have, really just fallen apart here in the second half, and they've stayed with this, and their effort level and their compete levels just stayed fluid throughout this game, enough to claw back and take a 2-point lead, which is radically impressive with the way they've been shooting the ball early in the half.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. You said it. They could have easily thrown in the towel, but that's just not what they do. The challenges and the different, people that are getting opportunities to come in and energize. And I think a lot of that, too, has to be with the way practices are, because there's so much depth and so much talent that these practices, they're always competitive, and there's always kind of these kind of games. As right here you see Lofton, could have been an N1 right there. Nice move to the rim, finishing. St. Bonaventure's with 1 timeout left. Gonna need to get a stop here.
Catamount basketball, +2 on the scoreboard. Steph Smith across midcourt off of the timeout by the Bonnies. Let's see what John Becker puts together in this set. A Steph Smith step-back jumper that won't go. And the rebound pulled in by Caputo.
No second chance opportunities. All 5 St. Bonaventure players with a block out right there, as that ball could have hit the floor. That was well done.
I think that was a point of emphasis in that last timeout. Upton. Or Caputo, pardon me. Stockard, jumper, short. He's gone cold a bit here, forcing it. Looking for that knockout
taking a couple
blow.
tougher shots than he's normally gotten.
Isaiah Mole, no. Rebounded by Caputo with another great block out on Robin Duncan.
Right there, no second chance opportunities.
Lofton inside for Oshiini.
Nice move by Oshiini, getting it on the block against Maul. Going up and finishing. We got ourselves a tie ball game. His first bucket of the evening.
55 up here from Patrick Jim, under 4 minutes to play. Shungu turns the corner, attacks the rim with the left, and rolls one home.
That's just a beautiful move right there, getting into the lane, slicing in between the 2 defenders who wanted to take a charge. His first bucket, and Catamounts regain the lead.
And Stockard was the second defender there with 4 fouls. He couldn't do much against Shungu, was able to slip him. Lofton nearly picked off by Lamb. Stockard pulls up in the key, steps off the window, and good.
And you want to talk about patience and footwork right there. Stockard could have went to the rim, pulled up because of the 4 fouls, couple of pivots off the window. He's got 22, and we're tied again.
Ball fake, driving on Stockard, jump stop, did not draw the foul, missed the shot, and the rebound by the Bonnies. Lofton looking to put his team back up. Pulls it back out and resets the offense. Kyle Lofton. Little push off, lob pass for a bank shot that's good by Oshiini.
Nice play right there by Lofton. Total control. Again, getting into the rim. Change of pace, change of speed, change of direction. John Becker takes 1 of his 3 timeouts.
Timeout taken by the Catamounts. An immediate timeout on the floor. This has been a good one, and it promises to have a good ending. The Bonnies right now up by 2, and it's been a seesaw final 10 minutes here at Patrick Gym in Vermont. Back at Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gymnasium, the St. Bonaventure Bonnies with a 2-point lead on the Catamounts of Vermont with 2.5 minutes left to play. Oceany with the last 4 points for the Bonnies, his only 4 points, and they've come in the last couple of minutes. And this is that time of the game where someone else is going to come into play. Kevin Mobley last year made the last second shot that sunk the Catamounts. He hadn't had a bucket the whole game. His only points were the game-winning ones.
Yes, and right now you just want to take your time, execute, be strong with the ball, run your offense.
Robin Duncan hands off for Anthony Lamb, who has been a big brunt of the offense. Sam Dingba right back for Steph Smith, who's been the other half of that offense, and a giveaway. Bad pass on the interior, knocked away from behind by Lamb. And the Catamounts turn it over with 2:15 left to play.
Right idea, trying to get Lamb the ball on the interior. Sometimes a little easier to feed that post with a bounce pass.
Stocker took a pick, ran into Dingba and got it over his fingers and into the hoop.
That's a nice move right there, going right by Lamb, right at Dingba with the left and getting it to go. He now has 24.
Robin Duncan rolls it back. Anthony Lamb for 3, connects.
Just, again, the pick and the pop, another triple, his 5th. He's got 36.
Anthony Lamb has been unbelievable tonight. Catamounts still, though, by 1, trailing to the Bonnies. Lofton, step back, hesitates, drives left. Picked up his dribble, little leaner, no. Rebound taken by the Catamounts and a chance to take back the lead. In transition, Shungu attacks the rim and gets it to go.
Great defense by Robin Duncan, his length, giving Lofton a hard time. Getting that stop, Shungu going coast to coast, another knifing basket. He's got 4. St. Bonaventure takes their last timeout.
1 minute and 9 seconds left to play here at Patrick Gym. The Catamounts have seesawed back on top, 62-61. Ben Shungu did not stop.
Well, and that's the thing. When you have a full head of steam like that, the defender, he's got nowhere to go but backwards. They're not going to stop and take that charge because it's going to be a block on the back pedal. Just a smart move. You know, even though he was on the opposite foot, went up with the left, got it to go. Just, again, just the way to attack. And can Vermont get one more stop? And can they stop Stocker? That's going to be the question here.
See your game reset at the bottom of your screen. The Catamounts lead by 1. They've got 2 timeouts left. The Bonnies are out. Catamounts are in the bonus, and the Cats still have 3 fouls to give. And the possession arrow does favor the Bonnies.
It does, as you know. Again, if you're Vermont, like you mentioned, you got a couple of fouls to give, but I think right now you just got to kind of play it out and try to get that one stop. If you're Vermont, if you're St. Bonaventures, you've had some success with Lofton off the high screen and roll, getting to the rim and finishing or finding somebody, and then you also have the opportunity to get Stockard, who's been your guy with 24, to isolate him and allow him to go.
This Catamount crowd, once the Cats took the lead on a Steph Smith 3-pointer with about 7 minutes to go, stood up, and very few of them have sat down since, and they're all back on their feet again here for the final 109. They've urged the Catamounts to some defensive stops tonight, and they'll try and do it one more time. Stocker to inbound for Lofton, now with 22 to shoot after the timeout by the Bonnies. 1 point game, Cats in the lead. Steph Smith up on Caputo. Around the horn now for Lofton. Off the timeout, the Bonnies have had some good sets. Poisser with 5 to shoot. Poisser for Stockard, has to step back, 3 to shoot. Stockard, deep 3. Oh my!
Oh man. That is just impressive. He's got 27 from way downtown as the shot clock was winding down. You played great defense, but guess what? Another, just a better offense. Between that shot and the 2 shots earlier today, look at this. The deflection, the tip.
I mean,
from the Vermont Mutual, I don't know, is that worth 4? I mean, from that square, that's just beautiful right there. Contested and pure. I mean, what can you do except say great shot?
Marvel.
Yeah.
I mean, Anthony Lamb and Courtney Stockard tonight have put on a show for these fans here at Patrick Gym and for all of you watching around the world.
I mean, they have 63 points combined in a game that has 126. That's half the points have been scored. They've been on display at the rim, at the foul line, mid-level, in transition from behind the arc. These two guys have made it very enjoyable to watch this basketball game this evening. But now, what do you do if you're Vermont? The big thing is if you don't score, there's about a 14-second shot game clock differential. You got 2 fouls you got to give right away. You can't dilly-dally. If you don't score, you got to foul right away. But you hope that you can score attacking the rim.
2-point game, Catamounts trail, but they've got the basketball. Steph Smith with 20 to shoot. Hands off for Anthony Lamb, who fakes the handoff. Lamb on Stockard for 3 in the lead. Too short. Rebounded by Shungu. Shungu, ball fake, handed it off to Dingba. Shungu gets it back, flips for Steph Smith. Shot clock is unplugged. They will back it off and look for the tie or the win. 18 seconds left. Catamounts trail by 2. Out at midcourt. Steph Smith drives to the right, lost the handle, fell down, and a jump ball, and the Bonnies will take the possession arrow.
8.2 left. Got to foul right away. Got to foul right away. Lamb with a good shot, didn't get it to go. Another second chance opportunity. Steph Smith tries to make a move.
He just slipped.
Yeah, loses his footwork.
He either slipped or he stepped on the foot of the defender and it caused him to lose his footing, either or.
Yeah, just unlucky.
Yep.
Unlucky right there.
8.2 left and the Catamounts down by a bucket.
Got to try to get a tip, a steal, or a foul right away.
Or a 5-second violation. They do get it in and they foul right away with 7.
Yep.
And Shungu pulls up, looks like.
I think he just might have gotten hit.
Yeah.
That's his 3rd personal, 5th team foul.
So they'll put the ball back on the baseline.
They should, because the foul occurred below the foul line.
Yep.
And anytime there's a foul below a foul line, you take the ball on the baseline. Got to match up here. Again, you try to get that 5 count, or you got to foul right away.
They do flip it into Stockard, and Stockard will throw it ahead. Dingba fouled him.
Vermont very lucky with maybe a little bit of a anticipatory whistle right there. As it looked like Stockard got rid of that ball.
Still one more foul to give here before the bonus.
And it'll be 1-1.
Looking for the inbound. Given away, Catamounts get it, a foul! A foul is called at midcourt as Shungu was knocked down, and he'll go to the line to shoot 1-1.
Wow. Again, good defense, shadowing the ball, high pass.
And Shungu got tripped up from behind.
And I'm telling you, that's where that foul, that 64-62 after Stockard, that's going to be one to go back and kind of look at.
So now we've got 4.2 seconds left, and this has been a wild finish here at Patrick Gymnasium. As Ben Shungu toes the free throw line, front end of a 1-1. He needs them both. Cannot connect. Rebounded by Robin Duncan. Good! With 1.6 seconds left. Another offensive rebound for the Catamounts and another second chance point. At the buzzer, will it count? No, we are in overtime.
We deserve 5 more minutes, and a very fitting way for this game to end. Robin Duncan, who has done a little bit of everything here tonight, getting that second chance opportunity off a missed rebound, going to the rim, finishing. We got 5 more exciting minutes on Tom Brennan Court, 64-64. Can't wait to continue.
clicky. Catamounts at the half had just 4 offensive rebounds. They've collected another 10 here in the second half, including the most important last one.
Yeah, second chance opportunities, just really, again, many times they could have folded up and said, we're down Ernie, we're down Everett, we're down Ryan Davis. You know, we could do it.
Last OT matchup in Binghamton in 2014 for the Catamounts.
Just, again, now Vermont with that second effort by Sam Dingba off the tip, get the first possession.
10 to shoot for the Cats. Shungu on the kick out. Robin Duncan. Too short, no good. Rebounded inside, and a foul is going to be called on the Bonnies.
Yeah, that's on Kyle Lofton. As on the block out, he was not going up straight. He was kind of leaning into him. Ben Shungu has had a tremendous second half. Goes back to the foul line. That'll be 2.
10th foul on the Bonnies.
That's Ben Shungu at the line, shooting 2.
And Shungu connects.
Shungu, that's his 5th point. Had a couple of great buckets in transition. You know, when the game was hanging in the balance still.
Second one, no good. Dingba with an offensive rebound. And this is going to be a very, very long trip home for Mark Schmidt.
Yeah, I mean, this is just effort, you know, getting stops and second chance opportunities is just work.
The offensive rebounds in this second half as the jumper by Steph Smith connects.
He's now has 16. Vermont has the lead by 3. St. Bonaventure has answered the call so many times. Can they do it on this first possession in OT?
What a ball game here from Patrick Jim. Stockard's been tremendous, and he's played the better part of the second half of the second with 4 fouls. Lofton fires inside, layup good.
And that's Lofton's been able to do that a couple of times.
Oshunyi again.
Finding him on the interior. He now has 6. Great pass by Lofton and an even better catch and finish.
Lamb matched up against Stockard just off the block. What's Lamb going to do? Senses the double team, kicks it out after stumbling a bit and stolen by Lofton. Didn't get enough on it. Lofton battling back with Shungu on him. Threw up a shot and Lofton drew the foul by Shungu, who didn't like the call.
Yeah, right there, Lofton again. So quick. You know, changing speed, changing direction, going right at the defender, a little bit of contact.
Ties the game up at 67 with the first.
And every play he's made, really, you know, you talk about how much Stockard has done and has meant, but you always need that second fiddle, and Kyle Lofton has played that very well. Got a bunch of assists. He's got 16 points now, and with that, his 17th, and recaptures the lead for the Bonnies.
1-point game with 3:18 left in overtime.
Back and forth we go.
Catamounts were down 14 as Robin Duncan to the rim once again.
And he went to the rim right there because he recognized the fact that he had Stockard on him with the 4 fouls, tried to draw that 5th. Robin, the 3rd Catamount in double figures, as he has 10.
Lofton steps to the left, hesitates and drives, floats one over Dingba, won't go, rebound tapped. Anthony Lamb had it down low, and we've got a foul on the Catamounts.
Yeah, that's a good play right there. That's the second effort that we talk about. Vermont has gotten so many opportunities with the offensive glass, but right there, Dingba picks up his 5th.
And you take a look there at Stockard having to back off as Sam Dingba has fouled out of this contest. He will find a seat. Gets a big round of applause from this crowd.
A well-deserved round of applause. Sam Dingba really stepping up here for Vermont this season, and Isaiah Maul getting the Opportunity to come in and try to be the closer. I mean, talk about Vermont. You look at this lineup right now, you got two freshmen. Ben Shungu, who didn't play last year. Steph Smith, who has elevated himself, had moments of brilliance last year, but really stepped into the role, and Anthony Lamb.
Out of bounds, off of the Bonnies, who nearly had their own offensive rebound off a free throw miss.
Yeah, Vermont lucky right there, as Anthony Lamb could have picked up a little foul on the hold and the block out. But Vermont will take that ball, see what they do to execute here offensively. Looks like St. Bonaventure going a little zone right now, changing it up, 2-3. Got to get the ball to the middle of the floor, the foul line area.
Or the corner for Mull. Does not connect. Cats still with a 1-point lead, 2:23 left to play here in overtime.
Good shot for Isaiah Mull, but you know, sometimes you get that. You get to the high post to Anthony Lamb right there. You can cut to the basket, little give and go, but more importantly, Vermont got to get a stop.
Stockard hesitates and drives, leans off the window, won't go, and it's an offensive charge, and Stockard's night is done.
That's a big call right there, and guess who's there picking up his third offensive foul of the evening.
It's after Stockard had almost landed, went chest to chest with Lamb, and knocked him over. And Stockard has picked up his fifth. He's the second DQ in the game after the Catamounts lost Sam Dingba. But Courtney Stockard, 27 points. And now he's DQ'd for the final 2:05 of OT.
And so now the heavy burden will rely on Kyle Lofton to really take control of the offense for St. Bonaventure's. I'll be interested to see if St. Bonaventure stays in that zone. You know, that created a long and contested three-point shot in the corner last time.
2:05 left to play in OT. Catamount basketball after the offensive charge on Stockard. In a 1-point game, Catamounts looking to go up 2 or 3. And it looks like...
Or 3 or 4.
Or 3 or 4.
As Vermont, again, they're in the zone. See what Vermont does here.
Low block for Lamb. Kicked out Steph Smith over top of the zone. No, long rebound off of a Catamount.
They got it. Nope, they got it.
They're going to say it's a reversey.
Oh, we're going to go to the monitor. Let's go to the monitor.
And they're going to send the teams back to the benches, and we'll get a look. We'll get a look here, too.
Oh, yeah, it's not even close. Yep. But they're doing the right thing. They want to make sure they get it right.
The officials will take a look just to our left here.
Can we get it from another angle?
We'll get a look at it here from the lower angle. The first tap was by the Bonnies player. The second one was by Robin, and then it goes off the hand. They are all done.
They should be.
And it is Catamount basketball, much to the delight of the 3,000 plus here at Patrick Gym.
And this is where, you know, you love the monitor. I don't like the way it kind of slows the game down and the momentum in the moment. You wanted to get it. You want to get it right. And they got it right there.
A fresh 30 for the Catamounts as well.
So you take your time. First things first, as we've seen, you got to get the ball inbounds.
Bounce pass into Steph Smith.
And now you just got to get it out, get settled. St. Bonaventure still in that kind of extended 2-3 zone.
Lamb bounces it for Steph Smith. Now back for Ben Shungu. 15 to shoot for the Cats. Smith puts it on the deck, lost the handle. Lamb is able to leave it for Smith. In the corner, Robin Duncan. 7 to shoot. Steph Smith, long distance, no. Knocked out of bounds by the Bonnies once again.
The shot clock should reset. Okay, right there. Again, deep shot by Steph Smith. Long rebound, Isaiah Mall right there. Another second chance opportunity. Vermont can take their time and get another good look.
That's the one thing about the zone. It forces long shots, but it also forces long rebounds. Very difficult to rebound defensively out of the zone.
Correct, because you're not in your man-to-man principles. You got to find a person in your area to go block out.
If for nothing else, for the Catamounts with a 1-point lead, taking another nearly 90 seconds off the shot clock or off the game clock with these last 2 possessions. Robin Duncan. Ernie out with an injury prior to the game. Everett went down with an injury in the first half. Steph Smith out for Lamb, and 3 high off the window. No, another rebound by the Catamounts and a foul on Lofton. And now some shenanigans near center court, but
everybody's fine.
Yeah, it looked like Steph Smith.
Everybody's fine. Anthony Lamb might have been hit on that 3-point shot as he didn't have the room to come down. It was a little long. But once again, Vermont, a second chance opportunity. Banks were almost open late night for Anthony, but Steph Smith going and getting a rebound, his 7th on the evening.
So Steph Smith to the free throw line. Trying to find some normalcy in this game. This has been a wild one.
But why? It's too much fun. This has been a great competitive game. You've seen a little bit of everything in terms of sputtering defense as Steph Smith knocks that down, or sputtering offense, I'm sorry. Steph Smith now with 17. And then streaks, big shots by both people, a little bit of everything. A very, very enjoyable game against 2 quality basketball teams.
Steph Smith goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and the Catamounts now lead by a trio. Lofton across midcourt takes a timeout.
I just need to get set. It's their final timeout again, and you take these timeouts now more than after a made basket because the clock stops after a made basket with under 1 minute to go. And you know, you see Vermont got a game on Friday going down to Lipscomb, and then a little holiday break, and then they get to come home to host Dartmouth in the final game of the non-conference schedule. And right now, if you're St. Bonaventure's, you're kind of at the in-between stage. If you're going to go, you got to go right away, because to cut it to 1, you want to go and attack the rim. If you're going to take some time, you're going to go for the 3-point shot. You don't want to, take 15, 20 seconds. You still got to score. I understand that. But if you want to get a 2 and you want to try to elongate the game, you got to go right away to the rim, and you'll have enough time to get one more stop.
43.3 seconds left. Both teams are in the bonus. Possession arrow is in favor of the Bonnies after the Catamounts won the jump ball to start overtime. Catamounts lead 71-68. If there's been a game this season that deserved 5 more minutes, this was one of them.
No doubt. It's been so much fun. You now have guys that are learning to play with fouls and experience, and on a special night, for the university and the program with everything that's happening. It's just, it's been an electric evening for sure.
Catamounts trying to sweep 3 games away from the Atlantic 10 opponents. They've already got GW and George Mason in the win column, now trying to dust off the Bonnies, who are not dead yet. 40 seconds left in a 3-point ball game. Lofton with the basketball. Catamount defense has been very good late in the second half and here in overtime. Lofton, dribble drive, pulls up, goes behind the back, shifts, gets to the rim and lays it up and in. Shot clock now unplugged.
Yeah, got to pick up.
And they still have not fouled.
Got to foul.
But Lamb across midcourt, finally fouled with 18.2. A lot of time ticked off the clock there.
A lot of time did tick off, and Vermont maybe got lucky right there off that last drive. Little body contact by Robin Duncan. Could have been the quick the and one. See, great hesitation, crossover. Woohoo!
Got out of the way.
Oh, come on
Ever
now.
so slightly.
Come on now.
Anthony Lamb to the free throw stripe with the Cats up by 1. 18.2 left, which is a long time. Shorts the first.
Very, was perfect at the line going in today. Anthony Lamb with 36 points. Just, having a great game. Makes it 37. Vermont needs one more stop.
A 2-point game with the shot clock unplugged. Bonaventure, St. Bonaventure with the basketball. Lofton driving, layup, good, and we're tied.
Gotta go.
6 seconds left. Across midcourt, Anthony Lamb driving, fires a 3 at the buzzer and misses, and we get another 5 minutes.
Keep going right there. Just again, Lofton making a play again. Everybody needs to take that collective gasp, rehydrate. Great basketball, and we get 5 more minutes, tied at 72 here on Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gym.
Back at Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gymnasium. We kidded around that Anthony Lamb has a chance to reach 1,000 career points tonight. He needed 72 coming into the game. He's at
halfway
37.
there. He's halfway there.
It's been an unbelievable contest here at Patrick Gym, and of course they made the big announcement prior to the game that the Tarrant Events Center will be the name of the new building that is ready for the 2021 season. And this building has seen a lot of great games, and you can add this one to that.
And you talk about last year's game going down to the buzzer beater. What could you do for an encore? This is a pretty good encore.
Moving screen again. St. Bonaventure, that's got to be at least the 4th.
Yes. Yep.
And they've all been legit.
Yes.
So Oshuni picks up the foul. That's his 3rd. He's had 6 big points in this game. So Catamounts with the ball now.
Foul trouble mounting. A lot of 3s and 4s on the boards for both teams in the foul column.
An extra 10 minutes will do that. Robin Duncan for Lamb, who has tied his career high. Trying to break that career high, just powers his way in. Cannot get it to fall over the front of the rim. Ball is loose and finally picked up by Oshuni.
Yeah, this has just been a war of attrition right now. Who's going to settle into the fatigue as you play up to 50 minutes? You will get tired.
Poise inside. Oshuni working on Lamb. Got it to go with the left.
And that's the 3rd time he's been able to do that in the overtime and now the 2nd overtime to get the ball deep. He has 8 and finish.
Robin Duncan into the lane. Kicks it back out. Lamb for 3. Too strong, no good. Long rebound scooped up by Galakulandi.
And the early blow first delivered by the Bonnies.
A bucket by the Bonnies and a couple of stops now. Had a chance to go up 4 here in overtime. Double overtime. Lofton. With Robin Duncan on him. Lofton gets to the rim and lays it up and in.
And he's been able to do that the last couple of possessions. just at will get by his defender and gets to the bucket, as he now has 23, and John Becker takes a timeout.
Again, Lofton and Bailey Patella just didn't get over in time
to help as he got by Robin Duncan. Just little extra burst of speed, big elevation, and finish.
And Lofton did a nice job of getting back to the middle of the lane there rather than continuing on the path where Patella was. He cut back and made it very difficult for Patella to get across without fouling him.
Yes, and you know, right now, if you're Vermont, no need to panic. You've been in worse situations. There's 3 minutes to go. You got 25 seconds on the shot clock. Work your offense, get a layup, and you just got to get a stop. I mean, it's not a massive hill to overcome. And you know, again, this is just great experience for these young guys that they're getting tonight. You talk about Sam Dingba's fouled out, you know, a senior. Ernie Duncan not playing. Everett Duncan, one of your older players, hasn't returned since you got bopped in the face. You're also playing shorthanded without Ryan Davis and Skylar Nash. So these guys just have stepped in and played a ton of minutes and done a tremendous job as a team to work together and, you know, battle a really, really good St. Bonaventure squad.
Bonnies are without Courtney Stockard, their leading scorer, who returned from injury 6 games ago after missing the first 6 games. He had a mere 27.
And a team-high 9 rebounds.
And 9 rebounds before exiting. And if you missed the tail end of this one, you missed a doozy. Catamounts got down by 2 and had to foul a trio of times, and then ended up getting a steal at midcourt and drawing a foul. They go to the foul line with just a couple of ticks on the clock, down 2. Miss the front end of the 1-and-1, but get an offensive rebound and put back with 1.2 seconds left to tie it. And here we are in double overtime. Steph Smith with the Cats down by 4. Now for Ben Shungu with 7 to shoot. Shungu for Smith. Smith jab step with 3 to shoot. Has to hurry. Smith, step back, long, tough. 3! It's good!
You got to be kidding me. What a shot by Steph Smith right there. That little step back, much needed as the shot clock expired. How many of those have we seen tonight? Big shots at the end. And he's got another one there. He now has 20.
Gallicolandi, right side now for Poisser.
I'm sorry, Smith with 21.
Lofton has been crafty. Second leading scorer, and a long 3 rejected by Anthony Lamb. Picks it up and then ran out of shot clock. Another great defensive set by the Catamounts.
Another great defensive set, but again, at the end of the shot clock, we've seen Anthony Lamb block a couple of shots. He blocks one right there. He's also, you know, what I love, just again, right there, right on top, staying with it. Nothing over emphatic, just good solid basketball. Oh, and let's also remember he's taken 3 charges tonight as well.
Robin Duncan for Isaiah Mall. Kick out, Shungu right back to Duncan, now Mall. Ball fakes into the corner against this Bonnie zone D. Lost the handle, but inside to Lamb, and he was fouled from behind. And Lamb will go to the stripe. Catamounts trailing by 1 with 1:46 to play in double overtime.
Looking for a new career high. Isaiah Mall making the right play going in there. Ball got slapped away, whether or not it was all ball or a foul, whatever. Lucky right bounce right off of his leg right to Anthony Lamb, and he'll go to the line.
So Anthony Lamb to the free throw line with 37 points, looking for a new career high.
And he's got 38, half of the Catamounts points.
We are all tied at 76.
Getting tired yet?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
This is just way too much fun.
Second free throw rattles home, teeters the Catamounts back on top. 77-76. 39 points, a new career high for Anthony Lamb, who continues to do special things for the University of Vermont. Off the handoff, Caputo. Top of the key now for Lofton.
A guy who's done special things at the end of the shot clock for the Bonnies in the overtime.
Catamounts are keeping him out deep. Lofton with 5 to shoot. Lobs it inside. Mishandled, and the Catamounts steal it away.
Great defensive set right there, and an unsung hero tonight, Bailey Patella, coming up with that loose ball as he's had a really nice outing off the bench with 5 rebounds, a block, in just under 20 minutes.
Steph Smith in front of the Catamount bench. Hands it off for Robin Duncan. Duncan dribbling left, rolls it back. Anthony Lamb for 3. You betcha!
42 for Anthony Lamb. Timeout, St. Bonaventure's. Just amazing.
There is a calm, cool, collected nature about Anthony Lamb that you don't see very often in a player.
And that is a pure splash, an assassin right there offensively. Look at that. Rotation, high arcing, gets it to go. Vermont up 4.
48.6 seconds left. The Catamounts trying to end the Bonnies, who have just kept coming back in this game, much like the Catamounts were nearly ended and kept coming back in this game. This has just been an unbelievably wild ride here tonight.
It has, and you know, the ride's not over yet. We've seen St. Bonaventure's come back. Vermont has done it. They've got the ball. Can they get to the rim? Can they score? This has just been just been an unbelievable basketball game. Anthony Lamb now with 42, the first 40-point game since Taylor Koppenrath did it in the last championship game that he participated in. Just just a performance. I mean, just when you think, you know, you've seen it all from Anthony Lamb, he's done it, and now he's only 30 points away from 1,000. He needed 72 coming in. You know, we go to 4 or 5 overtimes, we might not have another ceremony here this evening.
We may get there.
It's just been a great game, and let's see, can Kyle Lofton generate some offense here for the Bonnies to make it a 1-possession game?
Lofton out by midcourt, stands on the V, moves left and hands it off for Caputo. Caputo puts it on the deck. Lamb hedges out on him. Poisser with Patella on him, spins. Can't get it to go. Rebound put back. That's no good. Secondary rebound, no good. And the rebound to Shungu, who's fouled.
Great effort by Bailey Patella on defensive glass. Vermont just getting after it. A couple of opportunities to go right there. Good look. A second tip. A third tip does not go. Ben Shungu gets the rebound and a foul on Lofton. That's his 4th.
And Vermont did an unbelievable job of not fouling on that play. They cleared out and let the player stumble toward the rim.
I don't know what the question is.
Poisser's hurt and he's cramping up, and they're about to shoot the free throw without him in the play. And obviously, Mark Schmidt doesn't want that.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I did not look that far down. My apologies.
And neither were the officials, and that's what Coach Schmidt was upset about. He's gotten some relief, and Poisser's going to go to the bench. He'll just have to wait for the first free throw of the 2 to check out. And now they'll actually, before the first free throw, they'll allow him in.
Because for the injury timeout, or the injury right there.
Alpha Okoli checking in. His first action comes in double overtime with 28 seconds left.
Got to be ready at any time.
First free throw cuts through the Patrick silence. And creates a little more noise. 28 ticks left on the clock, 81-76. Catamounts in double overtime. Shungu's second, rattles home.
Don't want to foul.
Three ball, too strong, no good. Rebound collected, Lofton again for 3, short again. 10 seconds left. Catamounts chase down the rebound. And Robin Duncan is fouled in the corner. And the crowd now senses that they might be able to let loose a bit.
This is just an unbelievable win. You know, you want to talk about one that you're going to remember for a long time. This Vermont team with this win just took everything they could handle from this St. Bonaventure's team.
And a lot of this crowd, with just under 6 seconds left, was starting to make the pilgrimage down. And then things turned around for the Catamounts, down 2. And for the most part, everybody got back in here. And we've got a still large crowd looking for one more final eruption with 8.2 seconds left, and a free throw good by Robin Duncan. Second free throw, no. Rebounded by the Bonnies. Lofton quickly up court. No fouls here for the Catamounts. Lofton will float one side of the rim. No good. Rebounded by the Catamounts. The buzzer sounds, and this one is over. In double OT, the Catamounts win by a final of 83-76 in an improbable victory for Vermont. Catamounts win this one. For the cast and crew, Bernie Saplicki, I'm Rob Ryan. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.